You know what? I just got Botox an hour ago. And
Oh, he looks
oh
good.
yeah. So, I have a very strong forehead
Uh,
because I'm a comic and I have a lot of expression in my forehead. So, but what it was doing was wrinkling up.
yeah.
And she said, my forehead is so strong. Actually, it comes from the top of my skull. Like my muscles are all the way up here.
Is that where they
So
put the
they have to
Botox?
so no, they don't do it here. They shoot it way at the top.
Yeah.
Like because if they shoot it here, it'll fall.
Yeah.
And I have a very strong like brow. So, and I had a great lady in LA named Melissa. She owns Honest Dermatology. Went to her, tons of celebs, went to her for years, moved to Vegas, and you have to find a new person. And it's
Right.
like dating. You know what I mean? I
Totally.
went to the hot person that was in Las Vegas. They were just very like, how people like don't care about your feelings when they're putting in the like she was
Oh,
just
yeah,
like bam, bam,
yeah,
but
bam,
and
bam,
it
bam, bam. Yeah.
and it hurt. And
Yeah.
I went to this new lady. I found this new lady, and she's great. She sits down, she talks to you. And she's the best. And
You like
this
your
was my
hand held a little bit, Michael.
I do.
That's
I
okay.
do.
I'm okay.
No,
I like
yeah,
that.
I like knowing what you're doing, and if you have a plan for my face, not just I walk in, oh, I see it right here, here, boom, 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 get out of here. This woman was like, here's the plan, and you
Yeah.
need to come back every 3 to 4 months, and I'm writing all of it down. And in Vegas, what's different from LA is you can buy individual units in LA for your face.
Right.
Here, you have to buy like a big number, like from 60 to 100 units at a time.
Oh,
So you there, so what?
it's a
So say
commitment.
you only need 40. So you got 20 extra. Some clinics, that's just your loss. But this lady, she actually holds the 20 units for not those 20 units, but she keeps a rolling track.
Right,
Where
right.
some people go, you got to buy 60 no matter how much you use.
That's so interesting. All right, so I'm curious how you feel about Botox because, all right, so obviously I'm married to a plastic surgeon. He doesn't
Yeah.
do injectables for years. He just does
Hmm.
surgery. But when I first met him, he did, and that's when I started getting Botox. I was 27, and I was on a TV show. And when I crinkled my forehead, I got this deep line right in
Yeah.
between my eyebrows. So I mean, I'm like a New Yorker. Like we didn't do that kind of thing. Come out to California, everyone's throwing needles around. But I was like, okay. So I had a little bit done, and I was so happy because that line never stuck. But here's my thing with Botox now. So you can see, like, I can raise my eyebrows
Yeah.
and all of that. I don't like to be frozen. Couple reasons. Number one,
Okay.
obviously, I'm on television. I like to have expressions. And then also, I like my kids to know when I'm mad. I think that's a really important thing. And if you can't move your face, they really don't know when you're angry. And then the other thing is, and this is what I'm curious if you feel this way, I find it a little bit claustrophobic. So I have them go very, very light. I'd rather
Oh,
go more often and just have a tiny, tiny bit done because I feel like if it's frozen, which I did once a long time ago, I was so claustrophobic from it, I couldn't stand it.
So I go, well, that was the whole point. Like Melissa at Honest Dermatology, I would go to her and she would do it light, and I would go back a lot, like 3 to 4 months. So it's, she said it's like working out, a
Yeah,
Botox plan. As long as you stay on top of it, you won't get wrinkles. But if you're the type of person that goes to the gym once a year, then you have to catch up
exactly.
and you can't catch up,
And
you
I
know?
also, yeah, I also think there's people out there, and I've seen this, with estheticians that we work with and stuff like that. There's some people that want the most bang for their buck. So they want to be like overfilled,
Oh, it's terrible.
overfrozen, over everything because they think it'll last longer. So, but then I think you look so weird. See, that's a little
People look like
weird.
fishes today. It's a late female obsession with the lips where they're like,
I know.
it's like
I've
that
never,
doesn't even look right on you.
I've never had that done. I like my upper lip, but when I smile, it kind of disappears. And
Yeah.
but
But but
what? I'm okay with it. It's fine.
but you know what I'm talking about. These women
Yes.
that get the big lips. Yes. Like, yeah.
It's so unattractive. I don't get it.
It's horrible.
I
It's
know.
horrible. I don't understand it.
Well,
But
my daughter my twins are turning 18, and she wants lip filler.
no. Like, I don't care what women do to their face. Just don't touch your lips, because to me, that's the fastest thing to make you look crazy.
Well,
Like it's the
but here's the thing. So she's turning 18. And at 18, you can now, yes, I would have to give her money. I get it.
yes,
But she can technically, legally do whatever she wants.
100%.
So, the choice as a parent, as always, you have to figure it out, is, how do you navigate that? So she's been asking for the last couple of years. And when, certain celebrities at 16, 17, 18 years old are getting lip filler, and now the American Society of Plastic Surgeons, because of all that, is like, yeah, it's probably okay. All of a sudden, you don't really have an argument. But this is what I've said to her for the last few years. I'm like, well, when you're 18, you can make that decision, blah, blah, blah. But now, TikTok, here we are. And, oh, there you are. Here we are. And she's turning 18. So my choice is to let her go off and do what she wants, or at least take her someplace where they're going to be very light-handed and do a great job. So what I decided was, she doesn't know this, but her birthday's next week, and I'm taking her for lip filler.
Okay.
I know this doctor very well, Doug Mast, and he's brilliant. And I said to him, I go, look, do the bare minimum so she can just see it and see what it feels like and whatever. And then if she wants more in 6 months, you can give her a little bit more. But let's
100%.
go easy.
Well, that's the whole thing, is that if you're overseeing it at 18 and it's light, that's fine. But I just see so many women get
It's
carried
terrible.
away with it, where it's
Yes.
crazy. And it's kind of like, I watch the news now. Here's what's normalized now, and it's fine with me. I don't care what people put in their face, or I don't care about plastic surgery. It's just a part of life now.
Yeah.
But on the news, it's so normal for people's foreheads not to move.
Yes.
And on television, it's just the way it is. You know what I mean? I'm watching the news, and literally the only expression you get is from the mouths now from people on the news.
Totally
You
true.
know?
It's funny. I don't know if you remember this. I used to co-host Good Day LA a lot.
Oh,
And
yeah?
I remember when everything, it's live news, and I mean, the lighting's great and everything, but it's different than if you're doing a sitcom or,
Yes.
whatever. Anyway, and I remember when high def became universally everywhere. And I was like, my gosh, how are you ever going to have a news reporter over 30 ever
No.
again? Because you can see every pore, everything. It is the most horrifying thing.
It shocked people. I remember the first time I saw myself in high def, I was like, oh. It's like,
Yeah, but this is why I don't put filters on my pictures, because I don't want people to meet me and go, oh, wow.
yeah.
And there we
Yeah.
go.
Now, you said you got your face frozen once. Was
Yeah.
that because you went to the wrong doctor, or were you you were like, I want everything?
No, I think it was just a little bit one time. It was just a little bit heavy-handed, and
Gotcha.
that's okay. And also, sometimes your face reacts differently than it does. I
Mhm.
don't really know. I don't want to speak out of turn, but sometimes it just does. But no, there was no doctor error or anything. But yeah, it felt so funky. So now, when I get, and I really only get it done because it does work kind of cumulatively on me at
Yeah.
this point. So I get it done maybe once a year, but I'll go just a little, just a tiny, tiny bit. I just want a tiny bit.